what do you call it? That E is not supposed to be there. It was a mistake.
Okay.
So so read it again without the E.
Okay. Note. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
The variable that is used in the condition must be created before the loop starts forgetting to do this. With a result
Before the loop starts, full stop. So you calm down. Whenever you say full stop, you need to stop before you now start reading. So this is how you have read it. The variable that is used in the condition must be created before the while loop starts. Forgetting to do this will result in an error. Can you read it like that?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
The variable that is used in the condition must be created before the loop starts forgetting to do this. Will result in also the variable that is used in the condition must be created before the loop starts forgetting to do this will result in an
You
error.
didn't you didn't pause. Anyway, we're not learning reading, but I'm just trying to explain to you that I expected you to pause. And if you are reading something like this somewhere outside, anybody that puts a full stop somewhere expects you to slow down, pause. Okay?
Okay, sir.
If you don't read like that, the whole thing will sound somehow. The variable
Okay.
that is used in the condition must be created before the while. And I hope you did not forget to put while loop there. I put while loop in the note before the while loop starts. Forgetting to do
Before
so, yes, I said before the while loop starts.
okay.
Mm. Forgetting to do this will result in an error. Then also, that variable must change within the while loop. Did you understand what that statement means?
Sir? No sir.
Also, the variable within the while loop. You said you did not understand what the statement said, what it means.
Sir, can you say the statement again?
Also, that variable must change within the while loop.
Okay.
What does it mean?
I don't understand what you mean.
Now, have you seen that? Look at the example there in your notes. Have you seen that I assignment operator, I plus 1?
I
Have you seen it?
yes.
Uh-huh. That's what it means, that the variable must change. So a variable changing means look for a way, and either you're adding 1 or you're subtracting something, but the variable must change. Did you notice that if you don't put that I assignment operator, I plus 1, that I will remain as 1? Do you know that?
Yes sir.
Uh-huh. So that's what that statement is saying, that the variable must do what? Change. Now, changing means either you're adding 1 or you're subtracting something. You will understand what I mean with our next example, because it's not only addition that can happen, subtraction can also happen. Okay, so you can also be adding or subtracting. So that's why I use the word change. I didn't say the variable you must be adding 1 to the variable. No, it's not compulsory that it must be addition. Do you understand now?
Sir.
Huh?
Yes sir.
Okay, all right. The last sentence says what? If this doesn't happen, the while loop can run how long?
Forever.
Forever. Now, you don't want a while loop that runs forever. It's not as if it will spoil your computer, but I mean, just imagine you sending, telling your user that you have finished a program, and the program starts but never stops. Even when the person is clicking, the program will not stop, because of a while loop that keeps on running. Now let me explain why that forever will happen. Imagine if you don't put that I assignment operator, I plus 1. I hope you know that I starts with the first value of I is 1, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now, inside the while loop, that I assignment operator, I plus 1, will make that I to become 2, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
The next time the while loop runs, I will become 3. Now, I want you to imagine for a moment that I was not changing. Can you see that each time we run the while loop, and it's going to go and check that condition, I less than 10, you will see that I will always be 1, and 1 will always be less than 10, isn't it? I
Yes,
is
sir.
not changing to 2. It's not changing to 3. It doesn't change to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then finally 10. When it gets to 10, it is when 10 is less than 10, then it will see, okay, 10 is not less than 10. Then the while loop will end. Can you see that there will be no way for I to get to 10?
Yes, sir.
So this example that I wrote here is very important. Please look at it very well. Anytime you are doing a while loop, these 3 things must be there. The variable, the counter variable, the variable that you're using to count must be declared before the while loop. That's number 1. Then you must put your condition correctly within the parentheses. And then finally, inside the while loop, inside, it must be inside, maybe somewhere towards the end, you must make sure that I will change. Okay, did you get that now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So is there any other part of the note that you did not understand?
Sir.
So you understood everything, right?
Sir?
Is there any part of the note that you did not understand?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So today let's look at another this thing. So this one was while loop with chest size.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Let's do the while loop um for the grade.
For the
For the grade, the one that had to do with grade. The one that asked your user for score and gave your user the grade.
okay.
You go and look for the code that has it. Maybe we'll just copy the code.
It's, okay, see, sir.
Not this one. No. This look for the one that is that it.
No, sir.
Did you close Visual Studio? What happened? Okay. So you're copying this code. You can copy everything, but we'll take it to another file. We'll call that file, we'll call it score with while.html. So create a new file, score with while. Okay. All right. So you can paste now.
That's I spelled score.
Huh?
I spelled score wrong.
Oh, okay. You did not spell it well. Okay. All right.
Done it,
Okay,
sir.
you can paste. No problem. Okay. All right. So I want you to change. Now you see that place where you said checking scores.
Yes, sir.
You can change it to checking scores for many pupils or for many students. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. So now, without going to go and look at what you did in the last class, I want you to add a while loop to this code and make it work properly. So remember all the things we just talked about in the for that you need for while loop.
So, okay, so will I do the same variable?
You can use the same I if you want.
Can I put 2?
Why are you
That's
putting
one.
2?
No, so.
Why are you even putting 1?
Why should I put
If you look at it very well, if you put 1, then you are saying that you have already started counting. So
I should put 2?
you shouldn't be thinking of putting 2. It's 0 you should be
That is
thinking of, because 0 hasn't started counting yet.
what should I put? What number should I put?
What number do you want to put?
I'll go for 27.
27. So that means this while loop will run 27 times.
No, let's do it 15.
Okay. Can you space out the between the 15 and the this thing?
So,
Now you see that thing that you just did there. You don't do it. You don't put semicolon, just like if statement.
okay. Listen. Is this right, sir?
I'm watching you. When you finish, we'll test everything. But it's obvious you're not. There are some things you're not getting right. So I need you to look at the example and look at what is missing.
Okay.
No, that is not. It's not see. It's not compulsory that you must put
Okay.
that.
Okay.
It's just an
Yes,
example. But there are
yes,
some
sir.
things that must
Yes,
be
sir.
there. What are those things?
Yeah, is it right?
You are finished.
I'm asking, it is right.
Not exactly. If you do that, you have the only thing inside your while loop is I assignment operator I plus 1. Meanwhile, you want everything to be inside your while loop. So fix that part.
This part.
What are you supposed to do? All the whole statement here from verse score all the way down to the closing brace of the last else should be inside the while loop. But right now, they are not.
Sir,
Are you hearing me? Are you listening to me?
I'm listening.
I said that all these statements, the var score, from var score all the way down to the closing brace of the else, all of them should be inside the while loop. But right now, they are not.
Yes. Okay. Is that right?
Put your semicolon and space out that I assignment operator I plus 1.
Sir, space out.
Yes, space it out. Your semicolon.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and test your code.
Okay, sir.
That's the first one. That's the second. Now, I want you to try something. Let's just try a number that's bigger than 100. Let's see what will happen.
200. It says equate is F.
Okay. So what does that tell you?
Right, it only goes to 100.
Are you sure that's what it tells you? Do you feel your program can work better than this?
Yes, sir.
I feel your program should do something like this. Tell the user at a point that, oh,
Not approved.
yes, that score, that is not a possible score or something, you know. So numbers like, somebody trying to put -5, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Anything lower than 0 and greater than 100, we're not entertaining them. So don't worry. I have finished the 15 first. We'll go back to the code and fix it.
So I forgot how much that was. I think that was the fifth one.
I think so.
Sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. Oh, it's finished.
You didn't probably count, but it's
I
fine.
probably miscounted.
Possibly. Okay. So, okay, so let's go back to the code and see if we can fix that, what we had. Now, you remember when we were coding for F, do you remember what we said should be the score for F? The bound, that's the range for F.
0
Score,
and 29.
is it 29 or 28?
Oh, 20. I think it's 28.
So you know what we'll do first? That place that you have just else for F, we'll
Yes, sir.
add else if for it. So we'll put its own else if.
We'll add water.
If now, put the if with its own score, this thing, with its own condition.
If.
Yes.
But there's an error.
You are not done. Just add the
Okay.
condition. The condition is asking, is that you've not added any condition.
So else if score is score is so how do I do it?
What do you mean, how do you do it? Look at the other ones.
That's
Look at the other ones. Look at, remember, range 29
greater
to
than
30.
greater than 100.
Greater than 1.
Greater than 1.
What is the boundary for F? Is it 1 or 0? You've
0.
forgotten. What said it now? So why are you not typing 1? It's 0.
You said 1.
I said 1.
I thought I heard you say 1.
I asked you a question. What is the range for F? You said 0 to 28. Is that not what you said?
Okay, sir. Greater than
All right.
0.
Finish it up now. 28. Is it not 28 we're looking at? Is it less than or less than and equal to? Less than or equal to? Don't be forgetting to space out. I always have to be reminding you to space out. This spacing out is to help you, especially when you are reading the code. It will help you. All the ones that are up there, you didn't space them out. I just didn't say anything. And you cannot be putting semicolon after the parenthesis for if. I've told you that thing before.
Oh, yes, also.
It will just introduce an error and you would just be wondering, where is the error from? Where is the error from? You will not know that it is because of that semicolon. Okay, perfect. Go down. We're not done. Go to the last, to the curly brace for that F and hit enter after that. We're going to do the last
This one.
else. Yes.
Is it the purple one or the yellow?
The purple one now. If you hit don't you know the yellow one is for the while loop?
Oh.
Do you want to put if code after the while loop?
No, sir.
Put else there. Okay. And then you know what you did now. Else and curly brace. Do your curly brace.
Else and curly.
Hit enter. Now, in between the curly brace, you can copy an alert, copy anyone that, or just type. Since it's not as if we're doing anything exact. Type it. Type the alert and say, sorry, this score is not valid. You should know by now that when you want to state something on the screen, what must you do? You have forgotten. Sorry, this score is not valid. Now, do you know that this message that you put now will take care of all that -5 and 200 that somebody may want to enter? Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Are you ready to test your code?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
1,000 with a many zero. Oh, sorry. This score is not valid.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the first one. Now you run it. We have to make sure that this thing is 15 times. So that's number one. Now you go to number two.
Number 1, 2, number
Mhm.
3, 4, number 5, 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 13, number 14, number 15.
15. Okay, that's good. So it's working correctly. Now let me ask you a question. I know probably we've not talked about errors. Let's imagine that this thing did not get up to 15 or is doing more than 15. What kind of error is that?
What kind of error is that?
Yes.
Is it a
You remember that time we talked about errors? We said there are some errors that are called syntax errors. There are some that are called semantic errors. Do you remember?
no, sir.
We did not take a note down, but I know I talked about it. I said that some errors will not show in while you are coding, right? But it is when you are running the program that you will see them, isn't it?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
All right, there's no problem. We'll talk about errors. Okay. All right. So, any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So what to do? Let's do something else with while loop. But we're going to go to a new file. We'll call it
Okay.
counting with while.html. Counting with that's what we'll call it, with while.html.
Okay, sir.
Have you done that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So let's you can paste. I hope you still have that old one that you copied. Just paste. Let's see what you have. Okay, good. Now you see that from that place where you have score, we're going
Score.
to delete
Okay.
everything between the script tags. Delete
Everything.
everything between the script tags.
Everything.
Yes,
So
including
the
VASCO. From VASCO all the way down to the else.
okay.
What are you doing? I
Okay.
did say you should delete scripts.
Hmm?
I said the things between the script tags. So I expected you to highlight the code, JavaScript code, highlight it and delete. Do you
Highlight.
understand? Highlight the whole code now.
Okay. The whole
Uh,
code. Okay.
uh-huh. Uh-huh. No. Uh-huh. Thank you. Yeah, delete. Okay. Okay, so we're ready. But now you have to change that title. So you change that title to counting with while loop. Okay. I didn't say loop. Oh. I said loop. Loop.
Oh, that's a loop.
Okay, I didn't say look. Practice your BG color. I expect you to be impressing me with some hex codes by now. I don't expect you to still be using blue, red, orange. I don't expect that.
Okay, sure.
Have you discovered anyone yourself? Anyone that is, a different
Anyone
shade
that is
from something?
different
Have
shape.
you? Yes, now. I am sure you've not been experimenting. When we finish class like this, you will just close your book and use your computer to be playing game. Have you been
Mm-hmm.
experimenting with colors?
No, no, sir.
You see, you should be trying out colors.
Thank you, sir.
Have
Yeah.
you tried to get different shades of blue?
Okay, I'll try blue, blue, X.
If you are searching, good hexadecimal color or codes, yes, any of them would work. Now, that's what you're seeing there is plain blue. You don't want plain blue. You want different shades. So
Which shape is
you
of
can
blue?
look at, yes, got different shades of blue. Look for the one that looks different from the one you've been using or you're used to.
This one? That looks way different.
Which one?
This one.
That one almost looks as if you're not seeing it. I don't know. Okay, look for one that looks.
This one. That's this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Pick it now.
B A E E O F. Um, B A
Don't forget your
E.
hashtag.
Okay. Hashtag B A E O F 3.
It's not
I did.
O, it's zero. So type zero there.
Oh,
Is that a zero? Okay.
okay.
Then change that checking scores to counting. I don't
Continuous.
know how do.
Counting
Okay.
your school. Counting.
Uh, okay, you can just say counting upwards and downwards.
Upwards and downwards.
Yes, upwards and downwards. Okay. All right. So let's go to put the code in between the script tags and see what we'll have. So can you remember your while loop again? But this time let's use a different variable. You
Okay.
can use something else
V
as your variable.
and how much should I do again? Well, not
Okay, you know what we should even do for this example? Hmm? After
What's
that
that?
var a assignment operator 0, let's put an eval prompt. I will
After,
create another,
after.
the first line of code.
First line.
We'll do another one. Yes.
We'll do another
The
one.
first line now. For A
Sir?
assignment operator.
Assignment. Okay. Yes, I've already done that, sir.
After that,
Yes, sir.
you create another variable. You can call that variable limit.
Unit equals what?
Limit. I didn't say unit. Limit.
I keep hearing you say different stuff.
Okay. Okay, hold on. That's not what I said.
Yes,
I'll
yes,
send.
yes.
I said limit. L.
Is that right?
Yes.
I knew there was no L.
So use an eval prompt and ask the user to enter the highest value to count up, the value to count up to.
Enter. Okay.
Enter the value to count up to. Enter a value to count up to.
Enter a
Okay.
value.
Okay. Yes, go ahead now. You can now continue with your while loop.
Five. A. Under what, sir?
Did you see that value, that limit that you just used now? That's
Okay.
what you should use. Yes, that's the whole essence of limit.
E. Do I
That's it now. A less than limit. That's the whole idea. When you say
Sir?
A less than 10, when you say A less than 10, 10 is your limit. But now you have told the person to enter a value for limit. So that means you should use the variable the person entered.
Okay. Under limit. That is
By putting a semicolon there, what did I tell you the last time you did that?
sorry. But when I did, it's just that there's an error.
You put a semicolon. I didn't say parenthesis. Semicolon.
Semicolon. Okay.
Fix that error that you just introduced now. Why did you delete the parenthesis between eval and prompt? Why did you delete it?
Eval. Oh, I didn't even see it. But there's still an error.
Complete your while loop now. You've not completed your while loop.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Don't tell me that you have still not gotten used to the while loop. You are saying, okay, oh yes.
Wait.
I've told you, anytime you put your curly brace like that, just move the cursor back and hit enter. Is that not what I told you? You still went and deleted it.
I'm so sorry.
Try to get used to doing it.
Sir?
I said try to get used to doing that, putting enter
Okay.
when you would have saved yourself this. Now, is this where's your semicolon?
So sorry.
Now, before inside the while loop, put an alert there.
Inside the while loop, put an alert.
Yes. No, don't worry. Don't put an alert. I'll send you what to type.
Okay.
All right, type that.
Okay, sir. Where should I type it, sir?
Before, inside the while loop, but before that A assignment operator, A plus 1.
Before A plus 1.
Yes. You would have hit enter before you start doing all that typing.
Good.
I don't know what you're doing, honestly. I so don't know what you're doing. Hit enter. Uh-huh.
Oh, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I wanted to just use this opportunity to introduce that document.write. Did you see how it looks like alert?
Oh, yes, sir.
But it's just that you have document.write
Yes,
instead
but
of
not
just
alert.
one. uh, But just get used to it. It's the same thing. In between the parentheses, you specify what you want to print. It's simple. But you are going to see the difference now. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. So go ahead and test your code.
Okay, sir. Wait.
What did you see?
5.
What did you notice?
That every number I put, it will say
Mm,
it will not show it in like a box stuff. It will show
mm.
it here.
Yes. That's how that document.write works. Okay. It shows it in the body of your web page. So now let's make that thing. Do you like how it's showing it?
Yes, sir.
You like how it's showing it in
Yes,
one
sir.
line, or do you
Yes.
want it to go on different lines?
One line. One. No. Yeah, one line.
You want it to be on one line,
Uh, yes, sir.
but it looks like it's modeled up. Do you want to space it out?
Okay, sir.
But you have to do that inside your code.
Okay. So, do I have to spell? I've already spelled that out. With that.
You put the space before the A in the quotation mark. Uh-huh.
Mm,
Let me see. Is there any other place you can put space? But I think that's all you can do. All right, try it again. Let's see how it will look.
Sir?
Try it again. Let's see how it will look.
Okay. I pin with live server 10. What if you put more than 10? I put like that much.
Anything
Oh,
you put, that's why it is called limit. It's a variable. It can be anything you want.
whoa, that's so much.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be anything you want.
Anything you want to.
Wait, I want to try one more time.
Okay. I know that's the kind of value you go and try. Oh yeah,
Will
now.
that beat my computer?
Nothing, it will not do anything. Let's see what it will do.
Okay. I think I broke it.
What did it say?
Nothing.
It did not say anything, Abby.
Wait.
Okay. So you now know what can break your computer or make it act strangely.
Yep, it's not showing anything. But now let me try those like 5. Now it
Okay.
shows. And so I think there's a limit.
Mm,
Like it can't be
mm-hmm.
too much.
Too much, right?
It's not.
Mm,
I don't think it can be too much.
yeah. Okay.
Mm.
So do you understand what is happening in this code?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you explain what is happening in this
Okay.
code based on what I explained, how the while loop works?
Okay, sir. So, um, so the variable a is 0. And so and then let's not look at this part yet. So this is like it will take from 0.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, there'll be so you write a limit to count up to, and then the while to say then. So I'm not good at spelling this.
Mm?
I'm not. I can't really like speak in my own words to explain this.
Why?
Like it's just like
If you really understand it, you'll be able to explain it. That's the whole idea of explaining something.
it's just confusing to explain it.
Mm-mm. And it's not the first time you've explained something. You've explained before, and it was okay. So why is it now difficult?
Because we have like limit, we have like a
No,
variable.
the limit variable, is it something that you have not done before? When you are
No.
telling the user, enter a value to count up to. What is hard there?
But
That you
let me explain it. So there'll be
eh,
a variable that the variable a is 0, and
yes.
the user can write as much limit as they want, but cannot go too high or it will not work.
Mm-hmm,
And then
mm-hmm.
they'll be like,
And then don't forget to say that whatever the user types in from the keyboard will be converted to a value using the eval function and stored in the variable limit. That's what is happening. Remember that.
yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead. So what happens next?
So the next thing that happens is that um like a this a will be like so like for instance maybe the limit is 10, so to not
Yes,
go
let's use 10 as an example.
huh, sir?
I said let's use 10 as an example. Go ahead.
So for example if 10 is the limit, it will not go over 10, neither will it go under 10. So like it will stay as much as they want, and then the document right, it will not say it like a chat box. It will say it like after everything I've done is finished. And also, if the limit is 10, this thing the a plus 1, it will do this repeatedly 10 times, but then it won't go over the limit.
Okay, so while you explained,
Yes, sir.
I want you, anytime you're explaining something,
Yes,
pretend that the person who you're explaining to doesn't know
That
anything about coding, doesn't know anything about coding. The person doesn't know anything about a while loop. Eh? You're explaining this thing to me, and you are assuming that I will understand it because I know about the while loop. But what if I was someone who did not know anything about while loop? Do you get? I would be lost if I'm listening to your explanation. This is how I expected you to explain it. The while loop will check in the condition since A is currently 0. That's the first value of A is 0. A is less than, and we said let's imagine that limit is 10. 0 is less than 10. Is it actually less than 10? Yes, because 0 is less than 10. The while loop will run the first time. What's happening inside the while loop? There's a statement called document.write, and it will print A is, and then of course what we show on the screen for A, the current value of A is what? 0. Remember, A has not changed, it's still 0. Then after that shows on the screen, the next thing that will happen is what? A assignment operator A plus 1. That means 0 plus 1, which is what?
1.
1. That 1 will now replace that 0 that was in A. So A is now 1. The next time the while loop will run, it will go and check that condition again. A less than limit. Remember, limit does not change. Limit is 10. But A has changed. A is no more 0. It's now what? 1.
10.
Is
Oh,
1 less, is 1 less than 10? Yes.
yes.
Isn't it? And then it will go back inside the while loop. Do the document.write. A, this time it is what? 1. The next thing that will happen is what? A assignment operator A plus 1, which is what? 1 plus 1, which is 2. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And once it becomes 2, it will go back to the beginning of the while loop to check. While A less than limit. Now A is 2. Limit is still 10. Is 2 less than 10? Yes. Right? Isn't it?
Yes, sir. It is.
So it will now go back into the while loop and then check. And then print, do the document.write and show you 2 on the screen. A is 2. Then it will go back and then change A to be what? A plus 1, which is 3.
3.
Okay, so when you do that, if you when you want to explain stuff like this, you can intentionally use small values like 3 or 5 as your limit. So let's pretend that limit is actually 4, and we have reached 2 now. 2 plus 1 is what? 3.
3.
A will now become what? 3, isn't
3.
it?
Yes, sir.
You go and check again. Is A less than limit? Is 3 less than 4? Yes. It will go back into the while loop and print what on the screen? Document.write. A is what? 3, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Is it 3 will show the screen. Now, the next way to run
Sir, I can't hear you. You're glitching.
You can't hear me. Can you hear
You're
me now?
glitching, sir. You're glitching.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, but before you were glitching. Like your mic was.
Okay. So A is 3 will show on the screen. And the next
Yes,
line, 3 plus 1 is what? 4. So A will
4.
now become 4, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And then it will go back to the top to check. A less than limit. And then A is now 4. 4 is 4 less than 4.
Yeah. No, it equals 4.
Hmm?
It equals 4.
So because it is not less, 4 cannot be less than 4. The while loop will do what?
It will stop.
It will stop. That's exactly how to explain something. So if you want to, you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir.
So intentionally, don't go and use something like 10, because that means you have to do your demonstration from 0 all the way to 9. That's possible, all the way to 10. That's when the thing will end. But then there's a way me I usually do my own. If I have to explain up to 10, I'll do something like this. I'll do for 0, 1, 2, then I'll now skip all the way to what? 8, 9, and then finally 10. Then by the time it gets to 10, obviously the while loop will end, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So did you get my explanation now?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So please, always remember this thing I told you today, not just for our class. So anytime you are explaining something to someone, always assume the person doesn't know that thing. So your aim is to explain it in such a way that the person will understand it, even if it's a 5-year-old, so a baby, someone that is just learning something for the first time. Always aim to explain your, things to people like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well done. Um, so what we just did now was, if you notice, in the
I can't hear you, sir.
can
You're
you hear me
lagging, sir.
now?
You're lagging, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. But before you were lagging.
Okay. All right. So this what we just did now was counting upwards, right?
Yes, sir.
So now let's quickly do counting downwards. So what I want you to do is, can you see that place where you have the while loop? I want you to copy only the while loop, everything from while to the closing brace. Have you copied it?
Like this, from while to the closing brace.
Oh, I said everything now to the closing brace. That's what I said.
I just said while to the closing brace.
The while loop to the closing brace. The while loop to the closing brace. Only the while loop to the closing brace.
Yeah, that's what I did. The while loop. So this to the closing brace.
Have you copied it?
So is it this amount?
Have you, have you copied it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So hit enter after the closing brace and paste. Okay. Now we want to count downwards. I want to show you how we count downwards. Now, when you're counting downwards, remember downwards is opposite of upwards, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So some things are going to change. Number one, your plus, that place where you have +1 will become -1.
Yes, sir.
That place where you have a less than limit is
Yes,
going to
sir.
become
A
a greater
greater.
than 0.
Sir?
A greater than 0.
Oh, so no limit.
Now, do you know why we changed it to a greater than 0?
Yes, sir.
Do you know why?
No, sir.
Because we're counting downwards. Imagine your a. Remember when you did counting upwards, a would reach something like 10, isn't it?
Sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Good. So if a reaches up to 10, and you want it to count downwards. When you're counting downwards, is it not 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Isn't it?
Yes, sir. It is, sir.
For your while loop to count like that, the condition has to be checking. Is it greater than 0? Why? Because when it gets to 0, for instance now, can you see that it is when it gets to 0 that the while loop will become false?
Yes, sir.
So go ahead and test your code.
Thank you, sir.
Can you see
Okay,
how
sir.
it works?
Yes, sir.
But this time your code started from 0 and reached 69. But when it was counting downwards, it started from where did it start from?
68.
It started from 68.
Yes, sir.
It started from 68 and counted downwards. It stopped at 1. It's supposed to stop at 0. So what do you think we should do to make it stop at 0?
Wait, so it's meant to stop at 0.
What did you say?
Is it meant to stop at 0?
Yes, now, if it starts from 0, shouldn't it stop at 0?
Okay.
Look at it. Just go back and look at your code. You'll be able to figure something out. Look at, why do you think it's stopping at 1? Look at the condition very well. That's where the answer is.
I think because it says greater than 0.
So what should we change the condition to?
Smaller than 0.
Hmm?
Smaller than 1.
No.
Smaller than 0.
Greater than or equals to 0. That's what it should be. That's
Okay.
if you do smaller than 0, your while loop will not even work, because there's no way 10 can be smaller than 0. You are still using less than. Did I say less than? I said greater than or equals to 0.
Oh.
All right, try it again. Let's see.
So,
How does it look now?
okay, now we go to 0.
Do you like it now? Is it not better?
Yes, sir, it is better.
Okay. So, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so I want you to really look at the code, so that you remember. Basically, what we've done today is counting upwards and downwards, counting downwards. And you can see that counting upwards, the direct counting downwards is directly opposite of counting upwards in everything, both the condition and in the statement within the while loop that changes. Okay, the only thing that did not change was what?
The
The document.write, isn't it?
yeah, yes.
And then we didn't use limit again, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I think we can stop here for today. I'll send you something to do before Tuesday. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Have a good day, sir.
If I don't have the homework, I may send a note, anyone. So just be ready for one of them.
Thank you, sir.
All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too, sir. Bye-bye, sir.
Okay. All right, bye-bye.